Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Here, I've placed several precious and semi-precious stones on the table to show you the names of the stones. So, this video will be an explanatory one, showing what each precious and semi-precious stone is called, so you can learn and recognize them in their raw state, how they appear in nature. Welcome to another video, and today I want to introduce you to the names of precious stones. The video will be like this. I'll pick up a stone, show it, and say its name. No long explanations, or else we won't be able to cover many stones. So, get ready, because in today's video, you'll learn a lot about the world of stones like never before. Let's get started right away. Here, we have the famous emerald in its crystal form. The emerald crystal forms like this, in a hexagonal barrel shape. It's not easy to find stones like this. It's not cheap to find emeralds with this color. But I'm showing you how emeralds look in their natural form. It's not a surface-level stone. You won't find an emerald like this just lie on the ground, because it forms deep underground. This one here is also an emerald, but it has a less clean color than the other one. But it's the same barrel formation. A relative of the emerald is the aquamarine. Aquamarine has the same formation. Emerald and aquamarine are like cousins. One has chromium, the emerald, which is green and forms deep underground, while aquamarine forms in shallower regions and is easy to find. But they're basically the same type of stone, just different colors. Aquamarine is usually more transparent. There are other colors with different names, like this darker one, which is a type of aquamarine called Santa Maria aquamarine, a type of beryl. This one here isn't the best quality for cutting, but it's still a precious stone. Sometimes it can get very dark blue, almost navy, and very beautiful. On this side, we have several semi-precious stones from the quartz family. Quartz forms many semi-precious stones that are easy to find on the surface. Speaking of quartz itself, we have citrine quartz, which is this yellowish tone quartz. You can find it in crystal form. This one is broken, but it's citrine. We also have amethyst, the famous amethyst, which is also a quartz crystal. Then there's blue quartz, which is usually opaque and has inclusions inside the stone. Some are bluer than others, depending on how much blue is in inclusions. This here is the famous rose quartz. It can be very pink or a bit faded like this one. It's amazing. It doesn't show up well on camera, but it's a light pink. Green quartz is also common, a green crystal. These are the most well-known types of quartz. We also have completely transparent quartz, which looks like this. This one here is polished, but it's the same quartz crystal. All these stones here are from the quartz family. Even this one, which doesn't look like quartz, is still part of the family. This here is bronzite, one of the fool's gold stones. It's very golden when you put it in the sun. It can be deceiving. It has this 3D effect. Look, it's a stone with magnesium, very beautiful. It resembles quartz but has magnesium too. It's not pure quartz, but still part of the quartz family. We also have onyx, a type of black chalcedony. This is the famous onyx. Then there's chalcedony with inclusions, which can have various types of inclusions. Look at this one with a crust and an inclusion. Here's agate. Look how agate looks. You'll find agate easily in rivers. Here's another agate. See? This one is already tumbled with more defined stripes. All these stones are from the quartz family. Here's another type of chalcedony, more transparent, but still chalcedony, beautiful for cutting. Then there are geodes, these stones that form shiny crystals. It's common to find stones with these little sparkles. People often wonder, is this gold? Is this diamond? But in reality, these sparkles are countless tiny crystals. In this case, it's a small amethyst geode. This one is a bit bigger. You can see the tiny crystals inside. Sometimes geodes form on top of other stones, and you can't even see them, but you notice the shine. We also have jasper. This here is yellow jasper. Red jasper is easy to find, usually tumbled in rivers, but you can also find it in different chunks. Beautiful, right? There's jasper with both yellow and red together, Mochata jasper. Jasper has many variations, some with landscapes, others extremely colorful like this one. This is Mochata jasper, but it's still jasper, gorgeous. You can also find petrified wood in jasper or agate formations. This here is petrified wood. Look, it even has a bark. Petrified wood is common in both jasper and agate formations. This one here is petrified wood. Look at the bark. Some can even be polished, like this one. Here's a colorful petrified wood. It's all multicolored. A beautiful little decorative piece. We also have petrified wood in agate, which has a different color. Look, it's all multicolored. Very pretty. All these stones I've shown so far are from the quartz family. Stones you can find more easily on the surface without digging too deep. Now let's move to this side, other stones. Look at all these from the quartz family. The quartz family is huge. Oh, I forgot to show opal. Opal isn't exactly part of the quartz family, but it's close. This here is noble opal, the famous noble opal, one of the most expensive and coveted stones in the world, considered one of the most beautiful. Here it is in its raw form, as it appears in its host rock. See those sparkles? The play of colors. In this case, it's showing blue and green, but it can show other colors too. This is a famous opal in its matrix rock. There's also fire opal, which usually doesn't have that play of colors, though some do. You often find it in Rio Grande do Sul. It's very crystalline with little sparkles, very pretty. Noble opal and fire opal. Going back here, we have another stone with an impressive play of colors that isn't opal. Look at this. It's one of the most striking color play stones in nature, labradorite. Look how it seems to have oil on it when you get the right angle. It has no shine. Then suddenly, look, what a sensational stone. It transforms. Look at the effect. Isn't it amazing? This stone isn't found in Brazil. Labradorite has this incredible optical effect. One of the most beautiful stones with effects like opal. Here we have a little green stone that looks like green quartz, but it's more fragile. Zoisite, one of the stones that serves as the matrix for ruby. So here's zoisite, the stone that hosts ruby. Speaking of ruby, we also have ruby here. I'll show it. This green stone here is amazonite, a common stone in Brazil, especially in the Northeast. It's a green with a bluish tint, very pretty. Amazonite often has these white spots, but you can also find it all in this color. Very beautiful. Here's another stone found in Brazil, fluorite. Less well known, but it comes in practically all colors. It's a more fragile stone, but still precious. Fluorite is green, though it doesn't show well on camera, blue, and this multicolored one. Look, fluorite can be almost any color. I mentioned rubies. Here we have rubies. These little stones are river rubies. They have some distinctive characteristics. Look at those little scales. This one isn't 100% red, but it's a natural, authentic ruby. Next to it, we have garnets, easy to find in rivers. Look how red they are. Rubies lean more toward pink, while garnets are a deeper red. Garnets are also precious stones, but they have the advantage of indicating diamonds. If you find garnets somewhere, there might be diamonds nearby. We also have sapphire. This isn't blue sapphire. It's more greenish, but it's still sapphire. It's very hard. This is a river-tumbled sapphire. It can also be yellowish. Usually where you find rubies, you also find sapphires. Here's ruby in its zoisite matrix, this green stone I showed earlier. This is zoisite in its purer form, and here's a larger rock where the reddish parts are ruby and the green parts are zoisite. Ruby and zoisite matrix. Interesting, right? Here I have a small apatite. Apatite is also a precious stone found in Brazil. It has an intense green or blue color. It's usually found in small pieces, not very large, but it's very beautiful for cutting and making jewelry. It's fragile but allows for stunning jewelry. I've included it in the list of more fragile stones. Here we have the famous tourmalines. Tourmaline is an exemplary stone because it comes in many colors. This is black tourmaline, but there are many other colors. The price of tourmaline depends on its color. Black is usually cheaper. Look, this one has schorl attached to it. If you find schorl in large quantities, it can indicate the presence of precious stones in the area. Tourmaline, ruby, sapphire, etc. Here's another interesting stone. Topaz. We have blue topaz here. Natural blue topaz has a color similar to aquamarine, but aquamarine is usually more intense. Blue topaz is more subdued. It's often treated to enhance its color. Topaz is usually matte on the outside, but very transparent inside. White topaz or blue topaz is easier to identify. Some have a slightly yellowish or grayish tint. The difference between quartz and topaz is that topaz has a cleavage plane where it breaks perfectly straight. Look, it breaks into a flat sheet. Quartz doesn't do that. Here are other varieties of tourmaline in different colors. Lastly, we have calcite, yellow calcite. It's also common and easy to identify because it's fragile, one of the more fragile stones. Oh, I forgot one last stone, rhodonite. One of the most incredible pink stones, very hard to find and expensive. It resembles ruby but is much harder cut. It's rare to find stones in this intense pink-red color. Rhodonite is one of them. It has a lot of manganese, which gives it this color. It's not ruby, but it's still a costly and hard-to-find stone. All right, folks, I've talked about many stones here. I can't go into deep detail about all of them, but I try to give a quick explanation. You can rewind the video and look at the stones again. I think it's worth it. One by one, you can start learning their characteristics over time. That's it. I'll leave the link to our stone cutting course below, as well as our book Gemology for Beginners, so you can learn more about precious and semi-precious stones from Brazil and around the world. For now, I'll wrap it up here. See you in the next video. Thanks, and until next time.